back to mine. But John, the other thing obviously that happened yesterday that we did talk about on the show was the Cowboys picking up George Pickens. Now, a lot of people talked about that. I do think it makes him better. We had our guy Mark Holmes on, who's a big Cowboy YouTuber, on the show yesterday afternoon. Cowboys fans are feeling good again, Johnny Mac, but I want to do an exercise with you that I saw going around. And it might not be your favorite exercise, but I'm going to make you do it anyway, all right? I want to rank the top 6 wide receivers in the NFC East, all right? There's some good receivers in the NFC East right now. You got Lamb, Pickens, you got Brown, Devontae, you got Terry and Debo, and you got Malik Neighbors and Darius Slayton, who I don't think is very good. But add Darius Slayton or add Malik Neighbors, that's 7. Can you rank them, Johnny Mac?
Well, AJ's 1.
AJ's 1. I agree with that for sure.
CD's 2. That's easy for me. Those are 1, 2. And those are 2 of the best receivers in football. And then it becomes a little bit tougher. I'd put Devontae at 3. I'd probably put McLaurin at 4. Trying to think.
I like Devontae at 3. I didn't think you were going to go there.
No, Devontae's very good.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about it. I mean, Terry, you could make a case for Terry at 3, but I did think if I could only have one of those players, and I don't feel like I'm being a homer here, I think I'd take Devontae.
No, Devontae, yeah. Devontae would be the number 1 wide receiver in Washington.
I agree.
That's not that difficult for me. Terry's a very good player. I think he's underrated, but I think he's better suited as a 2, to be honest. When you're talking about, and again, different beliefs, different. I used to have this argument with my comparison with Jody all the time. My comparison is, number 1, starters in baseball. There's not 30 of them. Technically there are,
right,
but there aren't.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I say wide receiver, I mean true wide, and there aren't 32 of them. And AJ's obviously one of them. The top tier Jamar Chases of the world, the Justin Jeffersons of the world.
Do you think Malik Neighbors is a number 1?
No, but I think he's got the potential to be.
Yeah, me too.
But he and part of it is he doesn't have a quarterback, and so that's why he's got a chance to really spike on the list. Like, he's got a bigger upside than Devontae, I would say. But I can't put him even close to Devontae.
Is that because of the player, or is that because of Devontae has A.J. Brown in front of him? So even if he does have an amazing year, you're not going to be better than A.J. Brown.
No, I think he's never going to be better. Devontae, there's still some size deficiencies, even though he's overcome it. And he's, that limits him somewhat to a certain degree. And he maxes out what he can with the frame that he has. But I think Neighbors is just a little more equipped physically, because it's traffic. It's the ability to do everything, to play X, to play Z, to play flex. I think he's got a higher upside, but he needs a quarterback to reach that level. But I mean, you saw him last year with no quarterback, and I think I'd have to look it up. I think he had over 100 receptions with that bullshit team. Now, again, 20-point scorer on a bad NBA team, somebody's got to do it. But he's good. He's good.
So he's really good.
If we're having this discussion next year, he might be up on the list. But right now,
he had 109 receptions for 1,204 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he's really good.
That's good. It's a little different than an NBA guy, because if you're on a really shitty football team, that's no guarantee you're going to get yards. I mean, 1,200 yards and 109 receptions is pretty good.
He's really good, and that's what I'm saying. But I can't put him above McLaurin at this stage, who's done it for a long time. But I would say if we're doing this next year, he's probably 2 or 3 on this list if things keep going the right direction for him, and he's got a better quarterback situation. Not a great quarterback, but a better quarterback situation. I think he's got a huge upside. And then I'm not a Debo fan, as people know. I don't think he's a well-rounded receiver. I think he's more of a manufactured touch player. So he would be last. Did I miss somebody?
No, you got. I believe. Well, where'd you put
Pickens? Pickens, I would put above
6
Debo.
above Debo. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I got. So yours was AJ, CD, Smitty, Terry, Malik, Pickens, and Debo. That was your top 7 in the NFC East. I think that's a pretty good list there. Mine's a little bit different. I got 1. I got AJ. 2, I got CD, and I happen to think CD is very close. I don't think Malik Neighbors will be better than CD. 3, I got Smitty right now. 4, I got Neighbors. I just like the upside of that player. I think he's going to be really good. 5, I got Terry. 6, I got Debo, and 7, I got Pickens. So I got Pickens a little bit. I got Pickens behind Debo on you, and I got Malik ahead of Terry on you. So those are the only differences that we have.
Yeah, and Malik's going to be better than Terry. There's no question about that. He might even be better than CD Lamb. I
know stats aren't everything, and I really don't think they are everything. But Terry's never even done what Malik did last year. Now I know he hasn't had a quarterback. He's been struggling with the quarterback carousel for a while. Last year he had 82 catches for 1096. He's never had over 1,200 yards like Malik. Now again, I know stats aren't everything, but I really think Malik.
Malik Neighbors is different from a trade standpoint. I mean, he's just, he's a top 10 pick. I forget what he was, like 5'6", whatever he was, but 6 foot, 200, under 4'4". He's got everything. He's got everything to be a great receiver, except the quarterback to get him the football. And even with that, he's going to be 2 or 3 on this if we did this list this time next year. Barring injury, he's going to be a really good player. Really good player.
Yeah. Pretty good receivers, John, in the NFC East. The Cowboys have finally showed up to the party when it comes to weapons. But man, there's a lot of good receivers in this division, man. There really is.
Yeah, there are. I mean, but there's a lot of good receivers in the NFL. I mean, that's the position and that's why this draft was so disappointing for people from because we're used to it now. Every draft, you come in with all these receivers because that's all they do in high school. I talk about it all the times. 7-on-7 camps, and so you have all these finished products at wide receiver stopping in, coming into the NFL like Neighbors. When did rookie receivers get 100 receptions on bad? Just you never saw it in years past. You don't see it all the time now. That's at the high level, but it's that's a position where they're coming in waves because of how the developmental aspect of the game has changed and focused on them. Marvin Harrison Jr. went top 10 last year. And Rome Odunze went top 10 last year. I mean, and they're all going to be good. But Neighbors was the best as a rookie. He was he was better than Harrison. He's good, and he's going to be really good. Brian Thomas, later in the first round.
Jacksonville. Yeah.
There's tons of good receivers in the NFL.
There really is.
All over the place. Yeah. All over the place.
It's really incredible how many of them there are. And I'm with Dank. Dank says Jeremiah Smith is the next great wide receiver.
Yeah, he's going to be.
I don't know if you've watched him play, but holy shit.
Well, he basically won the national championship.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget Notre Dame came back in that game, and it was a 4th down play late in the game. And if they would have gotten the ball back, and Smith just, beat, and he's a freshman. He was a freshman. Yeah, he's going to be a great player.
Yeah, he averaged almost 20 yards a catch, I think, last year. He was a fun player to watch, man. No doubt about it. So good stuff there, Johnny Mac. NFC East getting better. The Cowboys made a move yesterday, obviously, with George Pickens, which I think is a good move. We're going to talk a little bit of defense on today's show. You guys remember a couple of days ago, we got into the offense.